hey, Lucas, come here. Come on, look at this. Look at it. Look over there.
Really? They're back.
They came back.
Jeez.
Suckers.
Guess it's time for episode 3.
All right. Good thing you got a fire going.
Let's do this.
This episode is brought to you by Team PG, Davy and Janine, at Team Powerhouse Realty. In this episode, we have a lot of work to do and not much time for pleasantries and standing around chit-chatting. One of the most important things to remember about winter camping is that there is always a lot of work to do and not much time to waste poking at the fire. In the summertime, you can get away with popping up a tent and you'll probably be fine no matter what you might get. But during the winter, you need to always be prepared for Mother Nature to put all your survival skills to the test. If you always work towards the worst case scenario, you will always come out with the best results. So let's get right to today's task and get our lean-to shelter built. First, we will need to get the campsite cleared from last night's snow, gather some firewood, and get the fire going.
Oh. Made it flat. We've dug out a lot of the moss because it's kind of more of a dip, so we made it try flat. Now we're going to get a bunch of tree boughs, cushion it, try to make it as thick as possible, because just like your thermarest, it's acting as a layer between the ground, and that's really what's going to keep you warm. It's more actually what's below you than what's on top of you. So before we grab all the boughs and stuff for our lean-to and making that padding, we need to first make the frame. Willows are an amazing option for that, so you don't want anything too big but something that's too long and longer. You need something around your body height so you're not curled up in a ball or anything. So sometimes you don't have to find the live ones, so you're not killing a live one. Sometimes just like dead tree will work for you. Just snap. It's long enough. They'll hold the weight, and I'll use using this for a structure.
All right, like Lucas said, we got the site prepped. Before we get the boughs in and everything, we're going to build the frame. We just ran out and did a whole bunch of cutting. This may not be a piece, but of course we're going to do cross member, and then we're going to do some sides and a top, and we'll get it all framed in, and it'll hold all the boughs up. So that's our next task here.
Today, for lunch, we're just having some pre-made chimichangas. So the best thing about having just a pre-made, quick, easy, wrap it in some tin foil. Just throw it on the fire while you're doing your work or whatever. Scudder Dillon does it all the time. Of just brings pre-made food, throws it on the fire or by the fire, does his thing, and when it comes to lunchtime, you have food just ready to eat while everyone's cooking. They're just quick and they're easy. They taste delicious. So you don't need any pots, you don't need any pans. You just put it on the fire, let them cook. It's that easy. Make sure when you're cooking these to turn them off, or else you're just going to keep burning them. You don't want burnt food. Now, once you've let those cook and flip them off, they're going to be very hot. Make sure you have a nice pair of work gloves or something, or else you will burn yourself, speaking from experience. There you go. It's warm, not burnt. Make sure you flip them often, or else they'll be charred. Hungry?
Let's eat. All right, had an excellent lunch, and now we're going to get back to work on this lean-to. We're going to run around and get some boughs to fill it up. We've got the frame all secure here, so it'll keep boughs above us, and we'll put some boughs below us. Probably fill this sucker right up, so it'll be like this big warm hug while we're sleeping in it. And we're going to, it's going to take us a while to get all these boughs, because in a survival situation, we're just going to strip the closest tree and do that sort of thing. But here we're going to take a little bit off of this tree and a little bit off of that tree. We don't want to damage anything, so we'll take a branch or two here and there and bring it by. That's going to take us a lot more time. So you guys are just gonna have to hold tight. We'll go get that stuff. So what's the deal with all the tree boughs anyway? More than just comfort, they offer insulation between you and the cold. By layering the boughs, you create protected air pockets much like foam. These air pockets warm up with your body heat and create a warm layer between you and the cold hard ground. Even if you have a foam pad or a fancy thermarest, the layer of boughs will increase your warmth and comfort. We're going to start laying the boughs down. We collected them all up and brought them all back to camp. We're going to put them on the bottom, put them on the top, and put them on the sides. Hopefully we've collected enough. We'll find out. We've got our lean-to all filled in with boughs. The more boughs, the better. Probably come in later and tuck a bunch of this stuff up so it's out of our faces. There's probably 6 inches on the bottom here to keep us nice and warm. And the fires outside will reflect in and warm everything up. The only thing we do now is maybe put a tarp over it just to protect it from moisture. And we are good. All right, so we've got our lean-to up. We're going to wrap it up in a tarp so we can come back. We're not able to spend the night tonight, so we will put a tarp over it, keep the snow out of it. Probably come back next time. We'll fill in a few of the holes because we can see there's a few air holes. But otherwise, pretty good job, right?
Yeah.
What do you think we should do different?
Definitely more boughs. You can never have enough boughs.
Yeah, it's nice and warm in there from being in there before. But certainly they'll get squished down. So even more, got like 6 inches, could probably just fill the place up. And as it compresses, it'll make a spot for bodies and be warm. So, and it's not too wide. It's just wide enough for the two of us. And we should be cozy as soon as we get a chance to actually come out and spend the night. Looking forward to that.
I'm excited.
All right. Thanks for joining us, guys.
You're bringing lunch next time.
I'm on lunch duty. All right.
Old man sends me back to get the camera.